Hi.
Welcome to Decoding Real Estate Goa. So this is a real estate channel. लेकिन अब यहाँ पे हम क्या डिकोड करने वाले हैं? इकोनॉमिक्स डिकोड करने वाले हैं कि what it actually takes to work a business in Goa. Like एक क्या है कि बहुत सारे लोगों को एक्सपोजर नहीं होता वाइन शॉप का, कई लोगों को शैक्स का एक्सपोजर नहीं है. So people want to really know कि आपकी स्टोरी क्या है. So please introduce yourself first and then we'll go.
I'm Ram Nagpal. I own this property called Good Luck Wine Shop. It's a wine shop. I'm based out of Agator. I'm doing wonderful here. This is where let's say the coastal line is, where the tourists are. This is what we cater to, the entire tourist area basically.
आपका ये बहुत ही फैंसी लगा. जब मैं पहली बार आया ना, गुड़गांव के अंदर ठेके हमारे बहुत प्यारे होते हैं, सजा के पूरा उनको अच्छे से करना. अगर हम वैसे दिल्ली चले जाते हैं तो सारा सरकारी लुक आ जाता है.
Of course.
तो यहाँ पे भी मैंने देखा है कि कुछ जैसे वाइन शॉप उभर के
I think it's more to do with the role which we have to play here. Since it's such a commitmentful role that it's a 365-day job. It's a 13-hour shift that हर एक बंदा जो अपने दुकान चला रहा है उसको अपने माहौल के हिसाब से बनाता है. Now as in me, when I came here, of course I came here working for a company. जब वो एक नौकरी की तलाश में ढूंढते काम पकड़ के आ गए हम लोग यहाँ पर, तो वो टाइम पे ऐसा ध्यान में नहीं था कि we would eventually end up opening up a wine shop and running the liquor trade or being a part of the trade around here. Initially माहौल थोड़ा अलग था. इनिशियली हम लोग नौकरी कर रहे थे, फिर ये सोचा कि अभी यहाँ पर आ ही गए हैं, दूसरे शहर में आ ही गए हैं, तो माइट एज़ वेल पुट इन समथिंग दैट एक एडेड इनकम लेके आए. तो वो टाइम पे भी यही था कि ये एक सबलीज करके या किसी और को दे के एक अपना पोर्टफोलियो, एक एड ऑन बिजनेस होना चाहिए साथ में, कि समथिंग टू गो बैक टू. गोवा आए हैं, we have to capitalize our time. With that said, my family decided to come down here.
अगर like if you talk about financially अगर बात करें,
हाँ,
कि ठीक है कि how much capital do you think a person should have to just set up a
Sir, I think more than the capital, you need to make the right mistakes.
right mistakes?
You need to make enough mistakes to understand that this is also, apart from the liquor aspect of it, this is a trade business.
Right.
And now trade business, the core key is the capital to it.
Yes.
You need to hold your capital rightly. You need to understand your cash flows. You need to understand how to pay, when to pay, how much to pay. You need to understand those criteria, and till the time you don't make enough mistakes with those, you don't lose enough money, you won't understand how to.
इसके अंदर हम बात करें, जैसे this lot of liquors अभी आती हैं,
हाँ जी.
Do we get credit on these liquors?
Of course मिलता है. कंपनी सपोर्ट बहुत मिलता है, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर सपोर्ट बहुत मिलता है. इनफैक्ट यहाँ पर गोवा बीइंग सच एन ओल्ड एस्टैब्लिश्ड मार्केट फॉर द लिकर ट्रेड, यहाँ की कंपनीज बहुत अच्छा खासा बैंडविड्थ दे देती हैं.
Like if we talk about 80%, 70%,
you समझे 80% would be acceptable in the initial stages. पहले क्या होता है कि पहले of course हर एक आदमी आपको परखना चाहता है, तो इनिशियली पहले 6 महीने आप यूँ समझिए कि you have to invest all what you have. You have to put all your cards down and you have to do your hard work behind it. अगर आप फ्लॉ करते हैं इस चीज़ में, कहीं ना कहीं कंपनीज वो रियलाइज़ करती हैं, and there is where they come in with the support. And when they come in with the support, they go on long. They go on with एक सिंपल एस्पेक्ट है. ट्रेडिंग में कितना है, तो इट्स द वॉल्यूम यू प्ले विथ. एक सर्टेन अमाउंट ऑफ वॉल्यूम पे आप सर्टेन अमाउंट कमाएंगे. एक सर्टेन अमाउंट जब इंक्रीज हो जाता है तो नेचुरली आपकी इनकम भी वही इंक्रीज हो जाती है. सो इनिशियली ऑफ कोर्स व्हेन वी स्टार्ट ऑफ विद समथिंग ऑन आवर बेयर शेल, कि आप अपने घर से उठ के आए हैं, आपको कम से कम आई थिंक अ डिसेंट आउटलेट यू वुड फेच अराउंड 20-25 lakhs. वहाँ से शुरुआत करते हैं आप, तो कहीं ना कहीं 6 महीने के अंदर यू विल एंड अप रियलाइजिंग दैट नाउ यू आर सिटिंग ऑन एसेट वैल्यू वर्थ 70 lakhs, which may be not yours, but you know an additional 40-45 lakhs का सपोर्ट आ जाता है कंपनी की तरफ से. And of course it's the growth pattern. Everyone wants to grow. I mean in our trade also the companies define it that every year we look into a 20% kind of a growth pattern, where apart from the number of bottles, our prices also gradually rise. This is pan India. When we go to see the trade overall, we see a growth in the prices itself. So eventually you're doing the same number of bottles but same number of consumption, slightly different of course, slightly on a growth pattern, but majorly because of the price factor, because our margins are defined purely on the percentage of the product.
How do you get the license? You know, like first initial, like what is the process
See,
about
state to state it's different. As of now in Goa, if you ask me, it's you have to be, of course, a Goan citizen or a resident of Goa
how do
for
you prove
minimal
that?
of 25 years.
that? Okay.
Of course, since Goa still is in the Panchayat Raj, the Talati always has a history of you as to when you shifted, how you have to prove your credibilities as to where you stayed, whether you rented places, you own places past 25 years. That cycle has to be
I think
fulfilled.
most of people are this subleasing, like from the.
So yes, of course, there is a provision where you can sublease it. Similarly, what I have done here is, of course, I've been in Goa since so many years now. I have very dear friends who are Goans themselves. So there were a few who came forward and said that, you know, आपको कुछ करना है, आप मेरे नाम से license लीजिए, and you sublease it from me. And you know, I think it's somewhere. Because I am in this kind of a setup, it makes me more comfortable where I say that, you know, I have someone जिनके पीछे license लिया जाता है और उनसे sublease
And
किया
what
जाए.
kind of numbers are we looking here? Like for a license? For
See, license is, to be honest, it's not
does it
compared.
depend from place to place?
Not really. Of lately, the new norm actually has defined it per square meter as to the square meter of area you're using to sell or to offer, whether it's on trade. When I'm saying, we are considering restaurants, hotels. So the premises you're allowing people to consume alcohol is where your license fee is defined, but it's a nominal cost. Like the amount of money when we are talking about in compared to what the
Like
entire
what,
other.
rough numbers. Like,
See, to be honest, you would get a license, a liquor trade license for FL and IMFLs would fetch you somewhere around ₹1,00,000.
for a year?
So that's the initial stage. For a year, I think a shop like me, we pay a taxation behind it for somewhere around 66,000, 67,000 per year. Yeah, that's the yearly cycle. जैसे इसमें आ गया 16-17 हज़ार आपके IMFL के आ गए, फॉरेन लिकर के आ गए, और 30-35 हज़ार का क्या IMFL के आ गए.
Why like the government?
Country
like,
liquor
I feel like if you go to North India, like the prices of the liquor are so high.
That's
What
so.
is the,
I mean, it's state to
behind it?
state, sir. I think it. I mean, the excise
Something to do with
department.
taxation, right?
The excise department has to do. I mean, it plays a very important part in every state. Of course, it's one revenue which is consumed by the state itself. So somewhere that plays a very important part. Of course, as of now, when we go to see Pan India, everywhere around India, it's way too expensive. It's way expensive, but that's one of the reasons why Goa, you see, the concentration of outlets selling alcohol is much high
Much higher. Yeah.
in compared to other cities. Of course, with that said, Goa itself has a different vibe. It has a vibe where a non-drinker would also want to try. It's the home for, we say, for our tourists also, we have a very clear understanding, like Goa is one place a customer would want to come every year. This is not a place where it's not like Rajasthan or it's not like Gangtok, you would go once in a year and you would say, okay, we visited it, we've done with it.
Done with it.
Goa is one place you would want to come again and again. And with that said, the liquor trade itself plays a very important part or a key role in the tourism of India, Goa.
Okay, so this is your first venture as a
Businessman?
wine seller.
As a wine seller, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been 3 years I've been doing this now. Of course, when I initiated with it, I genuinely didn't know anything. I had hired one person who was running a supermarket back then. So he had a base understanding as to क्या बिकता है, क्या नहीं बिकता है. Now, as a layman, when I'm talking about being a consumer, I would know of 5 brands. But then when you start selling, you would come to understand that there are so many brands which cater to so many different class of people. There are entry-level brands which cater to the masses. There are niche brands which come only for the niche people. So once you get into it, I think that plays an important role. Initially, as I said, you need to make your mistakes. You will not be able to understand from a third-person perspective what a real counter means. More than anything, the commitment itself, just the commitment of being at the premises, because for us as traders, I think not only liquor, for anyone, for us as traders, our asset is our cash. So till the time your asset is an asset, the moment it sells, it's your cash. The moment you're not here, that is at risk. You cannot leave things at your team. I think in an initial stage when the trust is a little, of course you need to know your
Where are
waters.
the highs of like this business? Where do you think like I mean after 10 years like how high can we?
See, when you initialize, I think the first 2 years will tell you where you stand, whether you look at this business as forever or you look at this business for a 5-year plan or a 2-year plan. So it's person to person. For me, it was very clear in the first 1.5 years itself that, I'm here to stay. And it's, to be honest, it's more about you. You feel satisfied to the reward you're getting of the hard work you make. I think that plays a very important role. कहीं ना कहीं मेहनत करना आपका बनता है. अगर नसीब आपका साथ नहीं दे तो वो भी एक बात होती है.
Like
तो
a shop like this, how much investment did you put?
Initially, when I remember, of course, आज से 3 साल पहले,
Like how much?
genuinely, if you ask me, I didn't have my money straight up. I literally had to borrow a couple of lakhs from friends, from cousins, from my siblings. So it all I think accumulated initially with 15 lakhs. उसमें भी यूँ समझिए कि लाइसेंस का खर्चा और बेसिक फर्निशिंग्स जहाँ पर मैं एक शेल्फ स्पेस बना पाऊँ, प्रोडक्ट्स रखने के लिए बेच पाऊँ, वो समझिए एक 5-6 लाख लग गए. बाकी मेरे को, मैं समझता हूँ, एक 9 लाख का इनिशियल मैंने माल उठाया था, जिसमें मैंने एंट्री लेवल उठाया था. ऑफकोर्स मैंने भी कहीं ना कहीं ये नहीं सोचा था, बिकॉज अगेन आई स्टिल डिडंट मेक द मिस्टेक्स टू लर्न वेयर आई वाज गोइंग टू गो. बट देन ऑफकोर्स I'm a Sindhi, so somewhere Sindhis have a very close connect with the liquor trade, pan India I would say. तो कहीं ना कहीं ये था कि whether that played a part or the way I started selling things played a part. The companies actually supported me way too earlier than any layman.
Like the company is like, I mean, liquor company.
So majorly अगर आप consider करेंगे तो distributor is one of the most important key part of the trade, I would say. But then again, of course, companies also back them up with a certain support. Like जैसे वो हमारे को credit cycle देते हैं. For example, there are companies which give us credit cycle for 30 days. The distributor gives a credit cycle for 30 days. तो similarly companies उनको भी support करती हैं. But एक certain standpoint के बाद जैसे आपका product चलने लग जाता है, then the companies do intend to take.
How much workers are mandatory to learn like to do a trade like this? How many?
Sir,
in
it's
the first year?
purely business to business. I think if you're smart enough, you would want to work for someone first and be as honest as possible,
Yeah,
because because Goa is a very netted community. Apart from the tourism aspect of it, apart from the floating crowd, the amount of people staying here are constant, and they do get to know things. So tomorrow, if you're wanting to start off a trade like this, I think ideally it makes sense to walk up to someone and request them to train you a little, or make you work a little to know the actual, the regularities of the trade. And once you know the base of it, I think you need to start, you need to start as fast as possible to understand when you start making those right and wrong decisions. I think learning aspect में आप थोड़ा समझ पाते हैं. उसके बाद when you come to those responsibility roles, जहाँ पर you have to pay on time, you have to fulfill the commitment of the customer, you need to oblige by the law. So once you start exercising those yourself, I think first 1.5 year, 2 years you would consider the teething stage, and third year you need to really put up your game. You really need to understand what sells more, what gives you a good feedback from the customer. See, margin also plays a game.
Yeah, how much margins are we talking here? Like on a
I think it's brand to brand. Like beer में पकड़ेंगे तो 5 to 6% भी more than sufficient नजर आता है, because the volume changes. आज जैसे for example,
like the brands like good brands like JD or all imported brands, they're like expensive in Goa and cheaper in Delhi.
हाँ नहीं तो उसमें फ़र्क क्या आ गया है कि that is off lately it has been the case. Earlier Goa of course is known to be catering to one of the cheapest selling alcohols around in the entire country. But then off lately क्या हुआ है, because I think I'm not well educated about it, but if you go to see, GST's played an important factor. I think alcohol and petroleum are the only two trades which are yet under the state government law, which is the VAT and sales tax, where the generation education of taxations is burdened by and enjoyed by the state itself. So somewhere Goa, being such a small state, has recognized that it has to maximize its potential for generating enough taxation. That's where the change of taxation bodies have come in. As per my education, I wouldn't be drop dead certain of it. But then that has played a part where the foreign liquor has become expensive. But that kind of plays another alternate benefit. It's a collateral benefit, I would say. The domestic manufacturing has jumped up because of that. What has happened is, of lately, we've seen a jump in the gin variety we've encountered, and majority of the good gins available in India are coming out of Goa. That's been possible only because we as traders have started selling that more, because that becomes more reasonable in compared to products of foreign trade. So there are certain bottles which of course have a very good understanding over the taste line of international liquor. At the same time, the quality is well in boundaries of the price bracket it comes to sell in. So I think it has kind of boosted it, and there's a drawback where people are kind of
so like when you started off, you said like you started off with 15 lakh rupees, and started like, when was the time you hit the break even, like I'm
see, you're never gonna break even, you're never gonna go black and white. It's never this way. So you need to understand where you
either make profit, you either make loss.
No, so it's not only that. That profit loss aspect is one thing. The break even aspect is something that you will never be able to thrive, because what happens is, now what happened, I initiated with 15. Against 15, I was making a certain kind of profit. All of a sudden, after 8 months or 6 months, I recognized that I'm sitting on inventory thrice the valuation of what I could afford to also 6 months prior. So that changed me, where I started making so much profit. I recognized that, of course, the trade business is such that more the merrier. Of course, the right goods do matter. You want to keep a good eye on your dead stock inventory also, because there are certain brands which come and go, which don't have shelf lives. You will burden the bearer of expiry behind them. So those things are something that you will have to keep a sharp eye on. But apart from that, I think you will never say that you've broken even. There are traders here who are being in the business since past 40 years, and they themselves still burden higher credit lines than nobody's business. So I think it's a part of the trade. You're gonna be in that credit cycle. I think you're gonna be in it. You cannot define it. Yes, of course, there is gonna be a transformation where, from initially, well, you'll have sleepless nights where you would have to fulfill the commitments of your distributors, where they've committed. For example, if somebody's offered me 30 days and the product's still lying for me for 45 days, I'm liable to still, I'm obligated to pay. There is where the sleepless night come in. Of course, a couple of years, I think 2 years is sufficient enough to come to a standpoint where you recognize that all you have to do is understand your cash flow, pay off, step by step, and everyone's happy.
Because I think location plays a very important role when you offer. What do you think?
To be honest, it's my first outlet. It's one of the only outlets which I have experience out of. I would give it, of course, location plays a key role, but if you talk to me a layman language, Calangute stands better than Vagitor as to compared to the amount of crowd it caters to and the crowd I cater to. But then it may be not the right case when it comes to, when I'm talking about the location against income, location against business. I do a little bit more business better than people doing business in Calangute, mainly because, of course, better the location, the concentration of outlets is higher. Like there, in a particular vicinity, within the 2 kilometer radius, you will encounter 15 outlets. You will encounter 10 outlets. So somewhere that also, saturates the business one can do out there. I think more than the business, it's about, I think post-COVID, it's more about how you keep up your relations. Because first 2 years, you would not, it's a very floating market. Like, my uncles, my relatives have outlets in Pune. They say that when we have an outlet in a particular area, we've got these 400 houses around us, and for the rest of our life, we're going to cater to these 400 houses. There's no one going to be from an outside area going to come to us. It'll be a very mere chance of 1 or 2% where, you know, that floating crowd does go there. Here on the other end, it's such a vulnerable market that, of course, we cater to a pan-India market. Delhi वाला भी आता है, कर्नाटक वाला भी आता है, बैंगलोर वाला भी आता है, पर मैंडेट नहीं है कि वो रोज हमेशा आप ही के पास आएगा. वो मेरे से यहाँ से एक बियर लेके जाएगा और कल को पहुँचते पहुँचते दूसरी बियर उठा लेगा. तो you know, it's always a floating crowd. It's
Goa market particularly, they have, you know, a very good harmony amongst each other. Like, you know,
in fact,
a club,
yes.
Club रात को खुला है तो बाहर जो बंदा पनवाड़ी है वो पानी उसके पास नहीं मिलेगा.
Of course,
उसके पास सिगरेट मिलेगी. So they work with very closely with each other to actually support each other for mutual benefits.
I think yes, you're right. Because of the outlets being so many, and I think because of the age of the trade in the street is so well done. I think we have an association. It's called the Goa Liquor Trade Association, which every good trader or majority of the traders are a part of, and we work in a very clear understanding that, of course, जितना हमारा हक का है हम हक से मांगेंगे, जो हमारा बेहकी है जो हम पुट डाउन करेंगे, बिकॉज कहीं ना कहीं ये अगर चीज़ नहीं रहती है तो there's a lot of deviations, there's a lot of like companies could take undue advantage because वो किसी को आगे कर सकते हैं, किसी को पीछे कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज कहीं ना कहीं वो सपोर्ट अगर सबको आता है यूनिफॉर्मली तरीके से आता है तो मज़ा आता है, बिकॉज यू नो देन यू गेट द फेयर चांस टू डू द ट्रेड. बट अगर आप डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर के फेवरेट वो हैं तो वो कहीं ना कहीं एक it will draw down 10 other outlets in your area. So that's something that is kind of an unhealthy situation in our trade. So with that said, yes, amongst the on-trade businesses like restaurants and hotels, they also have a certain association where they keep a certain time bandwidth, whether what trade schemes are coming in them. Similarly, off-trade like the liquor outlets, we also have a very uniformed understanding of क्या available है, क्या मिल रहा है, and nowadays it's become this way that the distributor also has come down to a very clear understanding. Till the time he's not putting in a uniform supply or a uniform deal to everyone, he himself is feeling a little obligated because, you know, of course, it has a comeback to it.
Like if you talk about your trade, कि जैसे हमारे real estate के अंदर, if we say, you start off with nothing, right? Empty pockets, we love you. Like market would love you because the more harder you work, the more connections you make, I mean the growth is limitless. So like for a person who wants to set up a business, right, how much growth he can see, if we start off with probably 25 lakh also, can he, grow 1,000% in next 2 years?
See, if you're talking realistically, I would say it's why not, yeah. As a businessman, I say why not. I mean, I never anticipated to be where I am today. I have a very beautiful story of a person who started with supplying base material to an outlet. Today is one of the biggest distributors and has come down to the tier where he is actually bottling it for the products he is distributing himself. So, sky is the limit. You can become a manufacturer, you can become an importer. Like, if you go to see a brand like, if you're fine with names, a brand like Sula itself initially started with selling wines. Yeah. Today they are also one of the biggest importers of imported alcohol products. So if you go to see, there's no limit to it. The market itself, in fact, pan-world, this market is such that it's up to you how much you want to. How much you want to put your, you want to put in your hard work. Of course,
like the growth is towards the distribution part of the channel.
You could also say, as a retailer,
take the stock from a lot of people, like the manufacturers, and you distribute it probably to a.
You could either, of course, you could be a sub-distributor. You would want to jump into producing your own liquor. Also, is a possibility. You would want to initialize with tying up.
Like, what does it take to actually produce a liquor? Like Do you can you give us some
So
insight?
yes, of course, very clearly. In fact, not only gone through. In fact, I personally encountered a couple of opportunities where. So what happens is everyone understands what role they have to play in the market. Like for example, as I being a retail trader, I would enjoy what I do, and there are people who would start to come to me and say that I would want to produce a liquor. I would want to produce a gin product. Would you, since you are so well areas with the market, would you want to be a part of the trade? Where you are a part of the core team, where you're manufacturing it with me, and then understanding whether what kind of a taste a consumer likes, because we are the only key to who understand what a consumer likes. आज मैं product रख देता हूँ, customer आता है, we pitch it to them. Once the customer likes it, he comes back for it. Now of course we need to understand person to person taste change करता है. So the more the number of people coming back to us is, the more we try to understand that kind of a taste line works. So of lately, gins have jumped up. We've recognized India is flowering in the gin market. We've recognized people are getting more and more into it. One of a very dear friend of mine from Delhi itself has put up a beautiful gin plant here, and he went and tied up with a bottler. So it's jumping on the roll. It's right from the retailer to the distributor to the sub distributor, straight to to the manufacturer. He's going and he's saying that, boss, I've master blended a bottle. Would you like to manufacture it from me?
What kind of financial commitments are we talking about here?
I think I'm not really well versed with this, but then yes, in compared to what you can conceptualize, like if you want to put up a plant in Maharashtra and start a trade of your start a product of your own, I think Goa plays a very easier part. It's a very easy market. A lot of these bottlers itself want to bottle other manufacturers also. So there are plants which will say that we wouldn't want to make anything of our own, but if you have a particular recipe, you come to us and we would bottle it for you. So it's a very minimalist cost, where all you have to bear the cost of tying up, registering the label, registering the recipe with FSSAI. You need to legalize that. Once that is done, there comes the part where you will have to initially buy out whatever you're producing, make sure a distributor is happy enough with your product to take it, and then you would have to hire a team to market it for you.
And recently, Hogarden and Corona, they have been manufactured in Goa, right?
No, so not Goa, but India. So this was AB InBev's concept prior to, of course, they being such a huge company. AB InBev also owns Budweiser. So they initially dropped down their prices of their imported beers, which are coming down in the country itself. Like Coronas from 2017, we saw 225. It was MRP'd at. It went in 2018. It became 180 rupees, and then we recognized that within a year, within 2019, they reintroduced Corona at 125. The reason why they did so is they wanted to understand that whether reducing the price would jump the sales up. So when they recognized that happened, they thought their master plan was to put up a factory domestically, but of course they did not end up doing it here. Beer I think manufacturing has a lot to do with the minerals available, the water available. So it's not based after here. I think Aurangabad is where their first factory is of Corona, and Hogarden, I think Karnataka somewhere. So now it comes from India, and Hogarden for some odd reason has become better in taste, because I think it's a very clear understanding. By the time the imported liquor was coming in the market, it was coming to the end consumer. It was already looking at a 4-5 month waiting. It was already a 4-5 month old product. Whereas Hogarden's right now are coming, we are sitting in Jan, we're looking at Hogarden's coming from end of December manufacturing. So, 20-day, and it's a wheat beer, it's a Weiss beer. So, it plays a very important part, and it has to be fresh on the taste line.
Right. So, thank you very much, Ram. It was pleasure talking to you.
Pleasure,
and,
pleasure.
Like giving us the insight of the spirit
100%.
world. Right, and I think this would help our viewers to make up their mind whether to open a shop or whether to work. Ram Nagpal says sky is the limit. If you want to, increase your bars, you can just start off with a minimal cost. And again, it takes a lot of dedication, effort, commitment. Apart from the financial money plays a very, I think it's not about the amount of money you put in the business. It's amount of thought, the amount of emotion, amount of dedication, commitment, that plays a major role, and of course location also plays a role. We have not talked about, you know, how much money it would take to buy a shop in Vagator or another area. Probably you can have an insight of that in our other episodes where I'm covering the prices of the areas, and you know, rentals we're not covering. So probably, you know, afterwards, you know, we'll discuss about it. As stated, like 6% is the margin that, you know, टोटल कॉस्ट का 6% के हिसाब से रेंट अगर एस्टिमेट करेंगे तो यू गाइस कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि कितने रेंट के ऊपर क्या करना पड़ेगा. अगेन एज ही सेज, it's not about, you know, his vision that would make you successful, or you know, like it is your mistakes that you have to commit, right, and learn from that and grow from there. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you.
It is pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Pleasure. Done.